A potential president impeachment keeps the nation buzzing. Local nonprofits aim to aid those in need after several tropical storms. And the OU community speaks out in the wake of yet another blackface incident. This is OU Nightly. Hello, thanks for joining us for OU Nightly. I'm Libbey Dean.
And I'm Kolby Terrell. There's a new reaction on campus today about a recent blackface video made by an OU student. The video surfaced Sunday night when it was posted to a freshman student's Instagram story. He was wearing what looks like a black facial mask. He captioned the photo with a reference to another blackface incident earlier this year. Over the past few days, OU students have heard from interim President Rhodes, who condemned the incident, along with other university leaders. But today, the student lead Black Emergency Response Team held a press conference to share their thoughts. OU Nightly's Nicole Nielsen was there and joins us live with what the group had to say.
Guys, I was at that press conference here at Dale Hall this morning where Burt was expressing their frustration for recent racist and repetitive incidences at the university. Now, Burt did say that the university handled the situation well. They just wish that more OU students would act as black allies for the community on OU's campus. Live in front of Dale Hall, Nicole Nielsen, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Nicole. Immediate reaction took place after today's conference. Ideas what the next steps are moving forward was a hot topic. One of those steps is more support from those who are not targeted by the matter at hand.
There sounds familiar to OU. Each time a different scenario, but the same pain.
I was tired, I was angry, and I'm still exhausted.
Today, OU's Black Emergency Response Team, otherwise known as BERT, gathered together to use their voices and make a statement after another incident of blackface occurred at the university over the weekend.
This work will not be easy, but you cannot continue to stand idly by racism circulates around you.
This time, it was freshman Matthew Robertiello who posted a picture to his private Instagram story in blackface with the caption, "Another day, another case." BERT notified OU of the image via press release on Twitter. Though interim President Joseph Rhodes condemned his actions, he stated that the University of Oklahoma could not remove him from campus due to his First Amendment rights. Matthew responded to the accusation stating, "Nothing I did was wrong. I wasn't being a racist, and I wasn't appropriating culture." Leadership from the Black Emergency Response Team says that removing him from campus would do more harm than good.
I don't want to see anybody get kicked out. I think if you kick out this kid, right, he doesn't learn anything, right? He just goes out into society, and he's still a white privileged kid, and he's still going to do well in life, right? Nothing's going to change. I'd rather him stay here and learn and be educated on these things.
Though the university is internally investigating the incident, BERT says there's more OU can do.
It's going to take more than the university administration and just 3 people in the university that we see. I need the OU community to stand up. I need those who claim they're white allies to stand up. It's not just a buzzword. I actually need action.
And for BERT, today's action took steps in the right direction.
I just hope that when we look back at our time here at OU, we can say we made institutional change. And when we set out in February to do, we did it.
To lead OU on a path of changed culture.
We'll be seeing a shift from clear skies like we've had here in Oklahoma pretty soon.
And storms could be headed our way. Nash?
Yeah, that's right, guys. We could see storms heading our way, but right now the radar remaining mostly clear around Oklahoma City and Norman. But I do want to bring your attention to one thing. Notice we do have a few showers popping up down here just southwest of Miami, slowly moving to the east. Now these should stay on the weaker side, but we do have some stronger storms that are on the way. I'll let you know a time frame on that. Also, a game day forecast coming right up, guys.
The legendary T. Boone Pickens was memorialized this afternoon at Oklahoma State University. Pickens was a major donor for the university, donating a total of $652 million to his alma mater. Speakers at the event included Governor Kevin Stitt and OSU President Burns Hargis. Pickens was hailed as an honest, decent man who never forgot his small-town roots. One after another, senators, Supreme Court justices, and others recalled his genius for finding oil, restoring value to failing companies, and then spearheading the U.S. energy independence movement. T. Boone Pickens died on September 11th. He was 91.
Following House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's announcement of a formal impeachment inquiry into President Donald Trump yesterday, many of Oklahoma's Congress members are calling for transparency. Congresswoman Kendra Horn, Oklahoma's only Democrat, called for the release of the report but did not state her opinion on whether the president should be impeached. On the flip side, Representative Mark Wayne Mullen called the inquiry baseless and a distraction from their agenda.
Sofia Olivas joins us live from News Center with more on the recent whistleblower complaint given to Congress.
Yeah, that's right, guys. At around 3:20, a whistleblower complaint was hand-delivered to the heads of Congress. Senate Intelligence Chairman Richard Burr started to read it, but then declined to provide his initial impressions. At around 3:30 this afternoon, President Trump even spoke at a press conference, and reading directly from his tweets, he said he fully supports transparency on the so-called whistleblower information. He went on to say that the report that the acting DNI director that he wanted to resign is a hoax, and added in regards to stepping down that he never wanted to quit anything and won't start now. Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has called the sanctions from the United States merciless economic terrorism. Rouhani told the UN General Assembly that Iran would not negotiate on the issue of its nuclear program as long as sanctions remain in place.
On behalf of my nation and state, I would like to announce that our response to any negotiation under sanctions is negative.
As he ended his General Assembly speech, Rouhani suggested that there was still room for diplomacy. An e-cigarette giant Juul has made major changes within its company amid the vaping crisis. They announced today that the CEO will be replaced by a former tobacco company employee. In addition to changes in leadership, the company also said it will stop all TV, print, and digital ads, as well as some of its lobbying. And British royal baby Archie made his first debut today with mom Meghan Markle and dad Prince Harry in South Africa as they met with some diplomats. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sophia.
Plus, presidential candidate Bernie Sanders visited Norman this past weekend.
And he focused on his policy proposals.
Plus, how you can help those affected by Hurricane Dorian when we return.
After the end of Hurricane Dorian, Tropical Storm Karen moves forward and Hurricane Lorenzo strengthens farther east. A nonprofit sets out to help those in need any way they can.
Sometimes it can feel like there's not a whole lot you can do living in Oklahoma to help hurricane victims. But the Oklahoma City chapter of Feed the Children changes that.
I collaborate with local community partners before, during, and after a disaster to make sure that we can get needed supplies to them as quickly as possible, at the right location, to the right time, and to the right people.
So when Hurricane Dorian hit, Director of Disaster Services John Ricketts said they were ready to step into action.
A couple of different partners that are located in the Bahamas that we work with all the time. And so we knew that those partners were going to need supplies and that they could get product in country.
They focus on healthcare supplies like detergent, deodorant, toothpaste, and toothbrushes, along with other essential items.
Sending in ready-to-eat food. We're looking at sending gloves, work material, cleanup supplies, and potential flood buckets and things of that nature that we might have available.
And it all doesn't happen overnight.
It starts with a corporate donor that moves to the distribution center for us, the supply chain. We use logistics and our tractor trailer fleet to get product where it needs. The local community partner helps supply and put it on, verify those families, and then you have a volunteer who's helped hand that product out to the families who need it.
So far, Feed the Children has provided more than 360,000 pounds of supplies to those living in some of the hardest hit areas from the Bahamas to the eastern coast of the United States. Zach Verdea, OU Nightly.
You can volunteer at Feed the Children in Oklahoma City to help pack hurricane prep boxes.
A frontrunner in the Democratic presidential primary was in Norman over the weekend. OU Nightly's Taitum Wilson has the details on the hot topics covered by presidential candidate Bernie Sanders.
Vermont Senator Sanders came to Reeves Park in his first visit to Oklahoma during the 2020 presidential race. Over 4,000 supporters from across the state were feeling the burn Sunday night as Sanders lined out his policy proposals and vision for the country.
I think I'm going to be saying a few things here in Oklahoma that you don't usually hear in Oklahoma.
Sanders spoke about universal health care, gun reform, climate change, student debt, and immigration, topics that resonated with many at the rally.
All of the policies are very human-based and kind of pro the people, and that's the main part of what I'm interested in.
I mean, canceling student debt sounds great for me where I am now. I really like how passionate he is about climate change.
Sanders won Oklahoma's 2016 primary over Hillary Clinton by about 10%. This election cycle, he's focusing on many of the same topics, but he's also focused on President Donald Trump.
He is a president who is a pathological liar, who does not respect the Constitution, and I think, as we are already seeing, and we will see more of it, he will merge government agencies with his campaign in order to try to win.
After the rally, Sanders visited Lawton for the Comanche Nation Fair powwow. The Oklahoma primary election is on Super Tuesday, March 3rd of 2020. OU College Democrats tell me they're working on bringing presidential candidate and Oklahoma native Elizabeth Warren to OU as well. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Taitum. If you're hoping for a little change in the weather, Nash Rhodes is here with some good news. Nash, what do you have for us?
Yeah, that's right, guys. We could be seeing some rain chances later this week, especially right around game time. I've got a 30% chance of rain. Also, tonight, we could see some strong thunderstorms, especially northeast of Oklahoma City. I'll keep you covered later in the newscast with a full Maine weather. Welcome back to OU Nightly, a live look at Oklahoma City for you this evening. Right now, temperatures are very warm, 92 degrees here in OKC. A few clouds out there, and spoiler alert, we're going to get some more as we do get some thunderstorms later on tonight. But in the meantime, it is very humid, 74-degree dew points, making it feel like triple digits in some parts of Oklahoma. Now, here's a look at what you can expect tonight. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s, lower 70s, 67 for your low here in Norman. Again, way below our average of 60 degrees for this time of year for a low. Now, we do have rain chances this evening, and some of these could be on the stronger side. It all kicks off around 6:30 p.m. as we do have some storms develop from Lawton all the way up to the northeastern part of our state near Miami. And some of these will be on the stronger side, particularly up in the Tulsa metro, as we can see some strong storms rumbling through around 8:30 p.m. to 9 tonight. So keep an eye out if you're in that area, as those will eventually progress further to the east. But then around 1 a.m. we get a secondary band develop right around Muskogee, and some of these scattered showers could stretch into Oklahoma City and Norman early, and I mean early, right around 3 or 4 a.m. this morning, before this eventually moves completely out of our hair by Thursday. Now, we'll have a break Friday in terms of severe weather, but again, we could have some pop-up storms, and some of them could be on the stronger side this weekend. The good news is our game is at 11 a.m., so we might be able to just get ahead of a few of these storms, but our kickoff temperature is going to be 79 degrees before we heat up to 82 with about a 30% chance of a scattered thunderstorm or two. And a quick look at the 7-day forecast, guys. As we get a few of these rain showers popping up around Saturday and Sunday, we're going to start this cooling trend, and this slow trend is going to continue into next week, and we could even drop into the 70s by Thursday or Friday of next week, which would be just a great start to fall, guys.
Thanks, Nash. One of OU's basketball rivals could be in some serious trouble.
Kemper, any truth to that?
That's right, guys. The Kansas Jayhawks are on the hot seat entering the 2019 season, and it's Wine Wednesday, so you know what that means. We have a Winer of the Week coming up. Don't go anywhere. Sports is next. Welcome back to OU Nightly. It's time for sports. I'm Kemper Ball. The Sooners are back in Norman this week to take on Texas Tech. Oklahoma has looked strong in its first 3 games of the season, with the offense looking as explosive as ever and the defense showing signs of improvement. The Sooners finished their non-conference schedule undefeated. Coming off a bye week, OU enters this game rested and ready to begin conference play.
This conference has been tough to win these last several years. It will be tough to win again this year, and getting off to a good start there is certainly critical. And Texas Tech's a very interesting team coming in.
Following a slow start to the season for the Browns, former coach Rex Ryan called out Baker Mayfield, claiming he is overrated as hell. Mayfield responded to Ryan's criticism in typical Baker fashion.
Whatever. I mean, in the wise words of Freddie Kitchens, if you don't wear orange and brown, you don't matter. And Rex Ryan doesn't have any colors right now for a reason, so it's okay.
Kansas men's basketball is in some hot water. The NCAA has given the Jayhawks notice of the allegations against them following an almost 2-year investigation. The charges include a lack of institutional control and head coach responsibility violations for Bill Self. Kansas has 90 days to respond to the charges. And it was a long night for the Diamondbacks and the Cardinals last night. After a game-tying home run from Ildermo Vargas in the 9th inning, the game went into extra innings. 10 extra innings to be exact, pushing the matchup's total time to nearly 7 hours and featuring a club record 27 players for Arizona. Vargas was the hero again in overtime, bringing in the game-winning run in the 19th inning to give Arizona the win 3-2. And finally, it's Wine Wednesday, and that means we have a new Winer of the Week. And this week, it was easy.
I'm 40. I'm not a kid. Write something about me.
It was 12 years ago that Oklahoma State head coach Mike Gundy delivered his infamous "I'm a man" post-game rant. This week, Gundy was at it again, going after a Big 12 reporter during the weekly media conference call.
Was there any truth to those reports that Boone Pickens was kind of joking around and left you a gift card for a haircut?
Don't hurt the real journalism world. It's jackasses like you that cause problems, okay? They shouldn't even let you call in. Do you want to talk football? We'll talk football. If you want to be out there and talk idiotic social media, then you need to go do something with a college kid.
Thanks, Kemper. A new study shows cats really bond with humans.
Find out more about our feline friends after this.
I'm Scott Haas at the OU Nightly Update Desk. This morning, the White House released a summary transcript of the phone call between President Trump and the Ukrainian Prime Minister. In the transcript, it was revealed that Trump repeatedly asked the Prime Minister to, quote, do us a favor and look into the Biden corruption allegation. Democrats and even Utah Senator Mitt Romney said that even the act of asking a foreign country to investigate a political opponent is highly concerning. That's the latest. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Scott. If you're a cat person, you probably already know this. Cats really do bond with their people.
But they don't always show it. Researchers at Oregon State University studied cats and found about 65% of the cats and kittens were found to be securely bonded to their owners, reacting when they left a room and then returned. The study hopes to discover different aspects of cat attachment behavior to help shelter cats feel more secure.
So Nash, what does our weather look like for the football game this weekend?
Yeah, guys, if you're planning on heading to the stadium to see OU take down the Red Raiders, I've got good news for you. We will be in the lower 80s to upper 70s at kickoff, and we're going to hang right around there with about a 30% chance of rain throughout it. You might want to bring a jacket just to be on the safe side, but I don't see it becoming too big of an issue, as these will be short-lived showers for the most part. And a quick look at the 7-day forecast. We're going to be in the upper 80s for the most part, all the way to the start of next week, where we drop into the lower 80s. And guys, I think we're going to continue this trend into the low to mid 70s by the end of next week.
I'm looking forward to those like lower temperatures because it's been so hot around campus.
Oh
recently.
yeah, well, especially at the game when it's hot, it's hard to stay there for very long.
And rain, oh my goodness, no.
It might be a little rough for the rain at the game, but I think we can live through it.
Yeah, it shouldn't be long-lived.
I'm just hoping we're up by enough that we get out of there before the rain starts.
Oh,
absolutely.
I can see it.
Thanks for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you here back tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.